It's the kid, 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 double H, trying to live, trying to exist, trying to stay alive, trying to be the best man that I can be. We are in here again for this lovely, beautiful, amazing thing that we call the Sunday flipping hangout, where me and my gang of people come in and try and say what's up. We just come in and try and say what's up, man. So obviously, look, just the whole new format and everything. So let me just tell you how this is going to go. So it's going to be the Premier League fixtures have been released, and I have them up, and we're going to be looking at the Premier League fixtures. Which one comes out at us? Which one pumps us out? So we can now have like maybe a better image rather than the Liverpool Man City, a better kind of picture with regards to the top four and who plays so in the top four and the whole run up for that whole thing. Guys, I have my Rudyard Kipling. Apparently he was racist. I have my Rudyard Kipling 6 almond cake slices, which is damn good. And also have my shout out to my Caribbean brothers, best peanuts in the world. Tropical Sun Crunchy Coconut peanuts. These are the greatest peanuts on the whole world. So I am as ready as 3 crack addicts. So we'll talk about the Premier League fixtures, but before we do that, because that's going to be from the main force of our discussion. Before we do that, I think it is only right that we talk about Homeboy. It's only right that we talk about Homeboy, and that, of course, is Timo Werner. So, in case you're sleeping under a rock, I don't care about what Timo Werner did today with Leipzig. That doesn't mean anything. Is Homeboy is about to sign a 5-year lack? He's about to sign a 5-year para smack with your boy Fifi. So we want to break this down. You've heard what I have to say, so you don't need to hear what I've said because you already know what I have to say. So instead, we're going to hear from the peeps about what I have to say. So first of all, let's hear from Sam Meyer. So Sam Meyer, you obviously know in the Bundesliga and so forth and everything. Even Timo Werner was even somehow thinking of he was going to go to Bayern Munich. What do you think about Werner going to Chelsea? Do you think this is a good move for Chelsea? Do you think this is a good move for Timo Werner?
Yeah, so Werner's move to Chelsea is a pretty good move. However, one thing about Timo Werner is that he's a very systematic player. He relies on the right system, right setup.
So you're basically saying that he's a system merchant, basically.
Yes, but I'm about to say that he's also very versatile. But yes, you can say he is a system merchant. So in order to truly get the best out of Timo Werner, is you play him as a second striker. So the striker is Tammy Abraham, and then the second striker would be Timo Werner. I think that's when you can truly get the best out of him. If you play him as a lone striker, which he's a target man, then don't be surprised if you feel like Timo Werner could be a flop. But in order to truly I think he's a very good player. So I think he can fit right in Frank Lampard's system. So I think, yeah, him playing as a second striker will get the best out of him. And he's versatile, so he can also play in the wing, but it relies on the right system, right coaching.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that if he's played as a second striker, he can ride. So he has to be played as a second striker.
Yeah, if you can see that in the Leipzig system, that he's actually he's pretty much the second striker. He's usually played behind Yussuf Poulsen or Patrick Schick. He's usually played behind those. So that's when he truly thrives. So I think like Timo Werner, in order to do well in Chelsea, I don't think playing him as the lone striker will get the best out of him.
All right. And what if Chelsea play him out wide on the left? Can you say what's up out wide on the left? Either as an inside forward?
If Frank Lampard plays him as an inside forward, and where there's a lot of movements, where he's going to drip to the center, where he's going to be in the middle, then that's when it works. But if you play him as just like an actual winger, then he's pretty much a pace merchant.
Wow. Okay. That's fair. So how do you assess Sorry. Before I come to it, but let me just read it. I've come to a conclusion that Uber Eats over bonus breaker. Sorry, no. Yes, Ban have been playing very well, but Ban and Nick are a damn good team. It's a reason. There's a reason why it's called Uber Eats. Okay, there's a reason why it's called Uber Eats. So let's just relax. Just chill there. There's a reason why it's called Uber Eats for a reason. LB, Werner to Chelsea. How do you assess this?
Yeah, I think he can make it happen. Look, Bruyne has come out and admitted that he would suit Liverpool's system, but as for Chelsea, I think it will be good for him. I think he'll perform individually and with the whole team because obviously Chelsea are challenging for fourth spot against United. So I don't think they'll be going anywhere down the ladder anytime soon, which will be good for Werner and obviously for Chelsea. And like I said, I think he can be successful at Chelsea. With the likes of Abraham and Giroud currently playing there, I think he will definitely get a starting position. Because let's admit, Giroud is nothing special. So there's not going to be an issue in Werner earning a starting position. And Frank Lampard has come out and said that he's going
But
to
do you
pay
think he
for
would,
his...
in your gut feeling, do you think he can succeed? Do you think he can succeed at Chelsea? He can become a big hit?
I don't think there'll be as much pressure on him if he plays for Chelsea as opposed to if he plays for Liverpool. Liverpool's, obviously a team that's doing very well these days. As for Chelsea, they are doing well, but not as good as Liverpool. And I think not having that pressure put upon him will definitely help him perform. So I think most definitely he can live up to those expectations that Chelsea fans and people who follow football have if he does move to Chelsea.
Okay. Jamal, Werner to Chelsea. What are your thoughts?
Timo Werner make the biggest mistake in his career. When club calls, listen.
Wait. Wait. No. Relax. Just wait. Relax. Excuse me. What? Wait. What did he say? What? What did he say?
I said, when club calls, you listen. Timo Werner, you are a rookie. What gives you? What makes you feel that you could turn down the best man in the world right now?
Wait, Jamal, who do you think you are? What kind of rubbish is coming out of it? First of all, I've let many things slide over the past few hangouts. But what arrant nonsense when club calls what? Can you explain that rubbish you just said? The heck?
Club right now is either top 2 or the best manager in the world right now. Is it? Yes. Who is the Champions League winners right now? Liverpool. Right now, Timo Werner is a system merchant. Who have the best system in the world right now? Liverpool. He will flop at Chelsea. The reason why Chelsea, look over the decades, Chelsea greatest strikers are target men. The players who are fast and agile, like Torres, Morata, flop at Chelsea. Look at Liverpool past strikers. The players who have accomplished great things are Torres, Owen, Fowler, who are suitable like Werner.
The man. Look, listen. Why are you jealous? This is coming from a place of hate.
One more thing for
Jamal, it's coming from a place of hate. Admit that you are. This is envy. This is not an objective answer. You're coming from a place of hate and envy because Bram said what's up. Admit it. You are jealous of Bram and of cash. Just admit it.
All I have to say is he made the worst mistake of his career, and when club calls, you listen. When the 6th-time European champion calls, you listen. I'm done.
Wow. Well, that was filled with so much hate. Interesting. Wise one, Werner to Chelsea. What do you believe that this is the man that can take Chelsea to the next level?
I think so. due to the reasons as to why Chelsea bought other players like Hakim and Pulisic. I think they can make some type of link up. Plus, Werner is very fast. I think he can be used as a lone striker, or if you use a system where you can use two strikers and have Hakim.
More after he's joined Chelsea, 5-year deal. It's official. Maybe I want to look into this as a separate.
Oh, what the hell is happening? Okay, sorry. Yeah, Wise one, go. I think I was hearing some echo from somewhere else. Go, Wise one, go.
I think Chelsea is the right choice that Werner chose because Liverpool, do they really need Werner if you think about it? Because Salah and Mane are already the goal scoring wingers, and Firmino is used as the false nine. Their system is pretty much working well. I don't think they need improvement on anything really. Liverpool can still do well and try the hardest to win the Premier League anyway. Chelsea needs more development. I think Werner can play a huge role in that.
So, but in your gut feeling, how successful do you think he will be? Or do you think it is too hard to say or too early to say with regards to whether Werner can say what's up for Chelsea?
Overall, I think it's too early because Chelsea still need to develop. But over time, I think if he stays there longer and if the players around him improve, I think he'll succeed there.
Okay. Sean, thoughts? Do you think Werner will succeed at Chelsea? Do you think this is the move that will shake the entire footballing world?
Firstly, I want to address what Jamal was saying and this egocentric mindset of Liverpool fans. And they have the audacity to think that any player that passes them up is somehow ruining their career. I just think it's an interesting mindset to have, considering they just lost to a sixth place Atletico in the Champions League and have one league title potentially in the last 30 years.
Oh, Sean, easy. Come in hot. Sean, let's say hello. Greet the people. My God, man, what a way to start, my Lord. Have you heard of hello? Have you heard of ekara? Have you heard of bonjour?
I just got to come in a little controversial, a little heated. But yeah, in terms of Werner joining Chelsea, Wise One talked about his strengths and his technical ability and his off-ball movement and what he's done with Leipzig. I think that he can definitely improve Chelsea, especially considering Chelsea are a team that are have a lot of funds backed by Abramovich, obviously, and they can get a lot of players. They have a lot of players coming from the youth system, one of the best youth systems in the world currently, bringing up a lot of young, talented players. So in the next 4 to 5 years, of course, he can be really successful. I mean, if you take into account his technical qualities, the fact that they have, obviously Lampard's a young coach, but he puts a lot of trust in young players, which will develop those young players, who can then in turn play well with Werner in the near future. So yeah, I think it's a potentially win-win for him. Obviously, the EPL is far more difficult than Bundesliga, and I think it can only develop him positively as a player. So, yeah.
But do you think he'll be a success? In God's feeling, do you think he'll be a success, or too hard to say, or you think he may be middle of the range?
Success individually speaking, or from a team collective trophy-wise? You mean like
individually speaking?
He will be. I mean, if he's performing well at Leipzig, no disrespect to Leipzig, they will not have the quality players Chelsea will have in the next 2 to 3 years, simply because they don't have the funds and they're not as marketable. And that's how it is in today's day and age in modern football. So obviously Werner's going to have a better supporting cast at Chelsea, giving him a better opportunity to be successful, which he will be, considering the qualities he has. So yeah, he'll be successful. He'll be better than the current strikers they have. And he has a higher upside than Tammy, in my opinion. So yeah.
Okay. Yassir Said, Werner. Thoughts on Werner to Chelsea? Yassir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go for it.
All right. I'm about to address this, but I'm about to address 2 fan bases, okay? I'm about to address Liverpool. Come on, guys. Act like you guys have some class, okay? You guys are embarrassing right now. You guys have literally about to win your first title in 30 years. Act like you have won a title. Werner chose to go to Chelsea because Chelsea has the money. Liverpool has zero money. They will not sign a single player this whole summer. That's a fact. You guys are broke. That's a fact. There's no one you're going to sign. Let me address Chelsea fans. And Chelsea fans, actually, I'm going to tell you, I live in a household of Chelsea fans. My brother's a Chelsea fan. My father's a Chelsea fan. Let me tell you guys something. Why do you guys all of a sudden come out from the bushes when you guys are super great this whole summer? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Chelsea, yeah, this, that, we got Werner. Come on, calm down, man. You guys are notorious for Rooney world-class strikers, i.e. Fernando Torres, i.e. what you call it, Morata.
No,
You guys are
Saeed, you're
known
thinking too
in
negatively.
history
Don't be a
for
pessimist.
Rooney strikers.
Don't be a pessimist. Don't be a pessimist.
HH.
Sorry,
All I'm
go.
saying
I
is,
said don't be a
I'm
pessimist.
happy. What was that? HH, I can't hear you. What you said?
I said do not be a pessimist. Be hopeful. Have hope.
I'm just saying, like, look, yes, am I a little kind of, oh my God, Chelsea, why, man? I mean, you guys are, let's be honest, Roman Abramovich is just like the GOAT of owners. Let's be honest. Like, the guys, like, if our owners acted like that, Manchester United would be miles ahead. But yeah, quick, like, I remember when the year you guys were after Pedro, we was after him. We was supposed to sign him. Next, Marino talked to him. Next couple of days later, he just signed. And it is what it is. You guys are quick with signings, and it's frustrating as a United fan because I'm like, yo, what are we doing? But all I'm saying is, I'm cross my fingers that Werner turns out to be a Morata or turns out to be Fernando Torres and miss an open goal. That's all I'm saying, all right? That's all I'm saying, all right? So I'm just hoping that. But that's a good sign, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I wish we was at our club. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Mr. Aside, remember we have a bet going on about top four, so don't back out of that bet. Caster Hertz or
All right.
Caster Hertz. Thoughts on Werner to Chelsea? Caster Hertz? Okay, thank you. Samuel, is your mic working?
Yeah,
Samuel.
my mic is working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Samuel, I know your mic is working. So look, Samuel, let's just be real. Let's just be real. First of all, I don't want you to talk about Werner to Chelsea. I'm giving you a double-barreled question. That's the second. The first part is, tell me from the Liverpool fans' point of view, because I don't want Liverpool fans to take this personally. What I'm trying to say to Liverpool fans is, Bram is from the streets. Because Bram is from the streets, and I don't want anyone to question where he got the cash from. All the cash is legal. All the cash is legal. Bram, relax. Let me land. Every penny is legal and all catered for. Everything is beautiful. The guy is one of the best. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever known. So, double part question. First thing is, are you disappointed you missed out on Werner, or do you think that this is a blessing in disguise? And the second thing is, do you think Werner will be? How well do you think Werner will do for Chelsea?
Listen, I'm a realist. When I think about it, I was really disappointed that we missed out on Werner. I can't lie. He's Chelsea. You're getting a quality player, who I think will push you forward. If he's used the right way. This whole situation confused me. On the Liverpool side, I genuinely did not know why we didn't push for that move. And obviously, I've heard obviously theories about why we didn't do it. People are saying that we don't have any money, or I heard another theory that basically our owners are being very cautious, obviously with the whole coronavirus pandemic, and about like the financial losses that we might potentially have, and they might actually be preparing for maybe another second peak or second.
Second
Sorry,
wave.
say it again.
Second wave.
Say second wave. That's it. Second wave. I think they were they're being a bit too cautious. But really and truly, from my opinion, I'm disappointed that we missed out on him. He will be another attacking weapon that we can utilize. Maybe to switch it up a bit. But for the other question, like, listen, congratulations, Chelsea. Listen, I generally don't think he can be a lone striker. You're gonna have to use him as an inside forward. He reminds me a lot of Mo Salah a bit, where Mo Salah uses his pace and he needs a lot of space. Werner's that same player. He needs a lot of space, so you can't really put it in like the middle, if you get what I'm saying. So he needs to be on the wing, but as an inside forward, if you get what I'm saying. So listen, Chelsea fans, enjoy him. I'm definitely upset about it, but I'm sure that we can pull something off later on. But yeah, Chelsea fans, well done.
Okay. Stodge.
Werner to Chelsea. Thoughts? Do you think will be a good move for Chelsea? Werner to Chelsea. Stodge.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Stodge.
Yeah, I think this will be a good move to Chelsea. Obviously, he's a good player. And he'll do pretty well. He's much more talented than Abraham. And
wait. Why are you bringing Abraham into this? Who said anything about Abraham? Just focus on Werner.
If he was any good, he wouldn't sign another striker. I mean, basically,
blah blah blah.
Anyway, as for Liverpool, it was kind of clear that these guys, they don't want to sign players. I mean, not just at Liverpool. I mean, if you look at their movements, what they've done with the Red Sox, the baseball team. I mean, in January, listen, this is how greedy these guys are. In January, they sold an MVP just to save wages. I mean, they made pay cuts on all their staff in America. And they tried to furlough staff here in the UK. So they're just very frugal people.
Okay. So do you think that it's a money issue that they just don't have the money to get?
No. I mean, they had the money last year. They didn't spend anything last year. They brought some Japanese marketing bum and some samurai. So that's all we got from last year and a bunch of kids. I mean, where's this money going? This is like almost, what is it? This is like 4 windows now with nothing. Obviously, this money's going somewhere. And by the way, as for the United fans, the ones that are saying 30 years, you know what's crazy? United's whole legacy, Sir Alex's whole legacy, was to win more trophies than Liverpool. And within 7 years of his retirement, we've already won more major trophies than them. Ain't that some shit?
Stodge, don't worry. I'm going to get onto Yasser Saeed in a bit. Don't worry about that.
I mean, why are they talking?
You want to put him in the place?
You haven't won the Premier League yet, guys. Come on, chill, guys.
No. I'm going to put you United fans in your place.
I mean, it's happening. Like, listen, it took Alex half 26, and it took us what, 7.
Michael's son won a Premier League before you guys did. Come on, guys.
How many Champions Leagues have you got?
Let's keep it clean. Let's so Stodge, just round off your points. Stodge, round off your points.
Yeah, he'll be a great player, man. It's obviously a great signing for Chelsea. And as for Liverpool, I don't expect them to sign anyone. In fact, I have a feeling they're going to sell some players instead.
Okay. Wow. Okay. TNP. Thoughts on Werner to Chelsea?
I think Liverpool did Klopp dirty still. Like this guy, like he won them trophies. Like he basically made them from scrubs. And the guy asked for one player, and the club can't even get him. Like I think that's just the. And like for Chelsea, I know even though they get Werner, but like I still don't even know if their team is still like it's still that good. Like are they?
Wait, what? What was that? What? Excuse me, what?
Even with, like the team still looks average. Like why is Mason Mount the number 10? Like why is this guy starting?
Bro, who mentioned Mason Mount? Have you heard of a guy called Pulisic? Have you heard of a guy called Ziyech? Have you heard of a guy called Sancho? Kovacic, Kante.
Pulisic doesn't even all those guys say like can they really compare with City or Liverpool? No, like the team is still okay, but like Werner is a great signing. I think he's world class. But I think
how do you think he'll be a success for Chelsea, or it's too early to say?
I think he has to be their main striker. They can't play him on the wing. Because if you play him on the wing, you're basically using him as just an outlet. And the guy should be a striker. So that would mean maybe dropping Abraham. But like if maybe they play him as striker, he's going to score many goals. Because Premier League defense is bad.
Okay.
Going to score many goals.
The
team for Klopp, I think Klopp should be looking for a new club because Liverpool, they don't have his back. So he should go. They're not ready to back him. He should come up from there. They're not ready to back him. Like after everything, just ask for one player and they can't even sign him.
Wait, bro, how can he come out after he just given them a CL? he has to give them more sales. You can't come out after one CL. They want another PL, another CL. They want to rule. And my thing though is that they may support him
a lot more than Dortmund did. There's a chance, because I do agree, if they don't support him, he may bounce. But I think he's in a better position than he was with Dortmund, who pretty much got bent over and violated by Bayern Munich. So,
Yeah, I think with Dortmund, he knew that everybody was going to be taking their players, but with Liverpool, they can't really take their players, except if Mane and Salah leave. And if the club lets that happen and they are still not backing him, then he has to.
Okay. All right. A little of opinions. Werner to Chelsea. Thoughts?
First of all, I just saw a tweet by the RB Leipzig director. He said that he hasn't been contacted by Chelsea at all, and Chelsea haven't not sent any contract over. So I just want to let that be known. So let's hold our horses here. And second of all, I said it before, and I'll say it again. If he goes to Chelsea, he's downgrading his career. He's going downwards. He's not.
Okay, so Leipzig to Chelsea is downwards.
Yes,
according to you.
Currently, right now in 2020, I live in the future, not in the past. Right now.
Okay. So break opinions according to you.
I knew that.
Wait, break opinions. Let me just land. So break opinions according to you in 2020, going from Red Bull Leipzig.
Yes.
And to Chelsea the downward thing. Okay, break opinions. Please continue.
It's downwards opinion. I think right now Chelsea and Leipzig. I think Leipzig are more closer to getting a major trophy than Chelsea right now. They're further in most competitions. They're closer to challenging the league than Chelsea are. It's just they're a better club right now than Chelsea. This isn't 20 and when you compare, if he went to Liverpool, he will still go up and upwards. He'd be upgrading. If he went to Barca, he'd be upgrading. Real Madrid would be upgrading. Chelsea are going downwards. There's no
break opinions. Let me ask you this then: if let's say Werner went to Liverpool, between Chelsea and Leipzig, who would be the better club? If Leipzig didn't have Werner and Chelsea didn't have Werner, who's the better club then?
Leipzig.
Okay, all right.
Paulson's better than Abraham. Let's be real here. Okay. I know it hurts. I
know. So tell me. So ask the question. Werner to Chelsea, do you think it will work? Yes or no?
Will it work? It probably will work. Of course, it will work. If Chelsea have got nothing else going for them up front, have they? Adding him will just be better than nothing, really. So of course it will work. But in my honest opinion, I wouldn't go Chelsea because he's just downgrading his career. Right now, he's at that point in his career. He's 24. He's about to hit his peak. He's going to hit his peak in a couple more years. He needs to go to a bigger club than Leipzig, not a lesser club than Leipzig, like Chelsea.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Let me just hit some just real quick. From this person says that Jad is too. Can people mute their mics, man? What the freak? Jad is too good for Chelsea. Jad and Rash duo good. No, sorry. Jad is moving to Chelsea. Whether you like it or not, the deal is sealed. It's been done. It's about to happen. All that needs to be done are just crossing the T's and dotting the I's, man. So I don't know what the hell you're on about, man. It's happening. Yes, it says that. Pool fans, your club is broke. It is what it is. Ooh, Said wants to start a civil war. He wants to say, guys, chill, relax, chill. Don't take the bait. Mr. Osahon. Werner to Chelsea. Is it a good or not?
Yeah, it's a good one. As a Chelsea
yo, Osahon, are you in Iraq? Are you in Iraq? You sound like you're in Iraq. We need to hear Mike better, please. So
hold on.
Hello?
Better now?
Okay, yeah. Talk. So Werner to Chelsea.
Okay. It's a good one for the guy saying that it's a downgrade. I don't think so. Like, how can you say moving from Leipzig to Chelsea?
No. There's something wrong with his brain. Something wrong with the guy's brain.
And understand this. We've been told like Chelsea that we are expecting 2 big signings, and the signing of Werner, they are basically buying him off of what they got from selling Morata. So basically, the money is they are really not. Taking money off the books, basically. So I feel we should even expect bigger signings than this. Like, I think this is just a tip of the iceberg. I think we should be expecting much bigger signings.
But do you think Werner is?
Werner, definitely. Yeah, he's a good signing. I don't think Abraham is going anywhere. I believe they are going to play
Okay, so why do you say definitely Werner will be a success at Chelsea? What makes you think that he will hit the ground running and not be a Torres or Morata?
I think because of the coach, and because I think the fact that he agreed, he has reasons for agreeing, and because maybe he has been convinced because of what Lampard is trying to do at Chelsea. Maybe that's enticing him. Basically, young players, he's signing young players. Everyone is young. Everyone is fighting for a position, and Lampard is trying to prove something to the world, like with this young squad. So maybe I just feel like that's the main reason why he has to definitely he will be a success. He has no choice. He really doesn't have a choice. It's really going to be a big success. I don't flop it. I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So before I come to Red Devil, let me just take this chat from Side. Side, you want to start a civil war, man? Pool fans, explain to me how Drinkwater has more EPL titles than your greatest legend in Stevie G. At this point, the title is a donation. Man. Wow. Okay, look, man. Okay, studio, please ignore what that has been said and just talk to me about Werner to Chelsea. Do you think this will be a successful move for Chelsea CFC Stamford Bridge?
Okay, so I think the first two things. The first thing, obviously, highlighting what I think Lee Opinion did say, like the RP Leipzig chief has sort of said that there's been no official contract or clause made from Chelsea as of yet. I don't know whether that means,
easy studio. No, look, man. No, look, everything's fine. It's happened. Just relax. It's good.
It's just there. So it's just there. So that is coming from the chief's mouth, So anyway, the second thing is, if it is obviously true and hoping it works out, then fair play to Roman Abramovich. So what everyone says, whether it's United fans, Liverpool fans, we have to accept the fact that the way that Chelsea have handled transfers and have handled transfers for the last, I would argue, even decade, has been next to none. So the recruitment in terms of being able to get what they want has been really good. And I would love it as a Manchester United fan if our board, if Ed Woodward could act in that way, but we can't, but Chelsea can, So I would say that fair play to the Chelsea board and to the recruitment team to be able to sort of pull this off. It's pulled off. My question now is actually for you, HH, because I think as mentioned at the start of the chat about where and how Timo Werner would fit, and I agree. When I see Timo Werner, I don't really see Timo Werner as an out-and-out striker. I see him more as a secondary striker. And I'm looking at how Chelsea play. They usually tend to set up as a 4-3-3. So if you're gonna set up, let's say, in a 4-3-3 formation, Ziyech will obviously play on the right. Where do you think that, and Pulisic probably on the left, Abraham up front? Like, how do you see Werner actually fitting into the formation that Chelsea are going to play? Because I don't know how he will in this system. So
no. Basically, for me, from what I know of him and what people have said, and just from watching him, he's going to play under the wings. He doesn't work as a lone striker. I think Sanmai as well is right there. So my thing is,
so you drop Pulisic then.
Because remember, Ziyech, because like Ziyech can play in the midfield as well. So basically, there are options. So you could have Abraham striker, Werner left, Pulisic right, or you could have Ziyech right, some Abraham striker, Werner on the left. Because I do agree that. See, who knows? See, Lampard may try and work him as a striker, but I do feel that when Lampard watches him, he'll know that, what, he's going to play on the flanks, and he'll be stronger and be more effective on the flanks. So I just think it'll be a chop and change. So it's going to be a decision between him, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, and Ziyech in battling for those two flanks.
Right. Okay. I see. Yeah. I mean, I think for me, that's where it comes to. It's like I will reserve judgment on how Timo Werner will be at Chelsea, because I need to see where he's going to play and how Frank Lampard's going to use him. Because depending on how Frank Lampard, obviously don't know what's going to happen with the transfer window, but depending on the other players that Chelsea get in and how it works, this could either go really well or it could go really, really badly. So is Timo Werner a good signing? I think yes. I don't think he's at the level of, say, like a Lewandowski, for example. I would argue I don't even think he's at a level of even Aubameyang, to be honest, in terms of that sort of clinical, you know.
Yeah, sure, yeah, true. No, Aubameyang is a better finisher for sure.
Wants, you know. I think it will just come. That's why I asked the question, like, how are Chelsea going to? They use him on the left, and if he ends up playing a more like inside forward, okay, I get that. But if it ends up that he's now trying to be like a winger, like, you know, it's almost a similar situation like how with Kante, when the first time that Kante was then moved further up, and we're like, what the hell is what? That's the kind of what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking, you know, is that going to be potentially be a situation that you'll find Timo Werner in, that he's now moved into a position that he's not as familiar with, in order to fit all the other players around him, and it ends up doing more harm than good. So that's my sort of question mark on Timo Werner, HH.
So, okay, but your gut's feeling, do you think he'll be a success, or it's too early to say?
I think it's too early to say, because like we need to see like how he's going to fit in this Chelsea system, including all their players like Pulisic, who's going to be fit, like Ziyech, who's obviously coming in, Tammy Abraham, obviously the midfield, etc. Personally, I've always said that I think Chelsea need to strengthen other areas. I think their defense and their keeper is actually the area that they need to fix right away, because you have a brick defense and a brick goalkeeper. You know, irrespective of what you do up top, if that doesn't get fixed,
but goals are needed, man. Chances are being created, goals are not being scored. So a goal scorer is needed.
That is true. It's true. It's just when you concede 4 goals, you know, away to Manchester United like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I mean, why? I mean, why do we have to bring that in, man? Why?
No, I'm just saying. You know, you need to stop leaking in goals. You know what I mean? 4-0, 6-0, all the rest of it. So yeah, it just needs to be sorted out. You know what I mean?
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, so guys, we are now. So obviously, the big thing now is the Premier League. The Premier League fixtures have been released. It is official. They are out there. The Premier League is coming back. It is coming back. It is popping off. So, but the power of the internet and StreamYard. Thank you, bro. What are you doing? Share screen. Let's bring this up for you right now. So those are the fixtures. You guys can see it. There we go. So I think let's just look at it right now. So obviously Wednesday is we pop off on Wednesday. We've got Villa against Sheffield United. Again, Villa fighting against relegation. Sheffield United, they're battling for that freaking top 4. But I think the big one that everyone will be looking at is City against Arsenal. So I'll kick things off. City against Arsenal. Arsenal needed this more than City do. Because you see, now this is weird. We're in a weird situation, because the situation that we're in right now is Man City. They're not playing for anything, because the Champions League ban has been all upheld. They're 3 billion points behind Liverpool, so they're not playing for anything. Because even if they remain top 4, they're banned from the CL, they're banned from Europe. And we're going to talk about something different. And remind me about that. I think I'm going to put it down there. Arsenal, it's all to play for. Let's have a little gander at the table. Arsenal are 40 points. They're on 40 points, and they are what's that? They are 8 points behind Chelsea. So it is all to play for Arsenal. So. But the weird thing about football, though, is that whenever you face teams that have nothing to play for, it can be those are the most dangerous teams to play, who have nothing to play for. So let me come to San Maya. City, Arsenal, how do you see that going? Man City versus Arsenal, San Maya.
Well, it's the first game back for all those Premier League teams. And so I don't know how their fitness is going to be, how their condition is going to be. But based on the talent Man City have and how Arsenal have been struggling this season, I just think Man City will win this game.
All right. Best, yes. 5th is a Champions League spot, because, well, if the ban is upheld, then the 5th team will get into the Champions League to make up for Man City spots. So that is it. So from what I've heard, the ban has been upheld. So because it's been upheld, bada boom. So LB, City against Arsenal. What are you saying here?
Look, I think both teams are going to be quite rusty after the 2 to 3 month break, but let's just not forget these guys are international footballers and they would have done their bit to keep fit during the pandemic and in isolation. To be honest, I think City will win, even though they don't really have much to play for.
But then what about this though? I think this was an interesting thing from Mowada where he says Pep for Pep, it is Arteta. And Arteta has a great inside knowledge of Man City. So do you think Arsenal will have a slight advantage in having Arteta as their coach in this game?
I don't think so. I think Man City will just have too much quality over Arsenal with the players they have and the quality in which they bring to the table. I know Arsenal have a lot to play for in terms of trying to get as many wins and earn the top 4 spot, but I think the quality of Man City will just be too much for them. At the end of the day, I reckon Man City will win.
Okay. I'm waiting for someone to give the job to Arsenal. Jamal, Man City, Arsenal. How do you see this going?
Yeah, I think Manchester City.
Be respectful. Be respectful. Be respectful.
Yeah, I will. Manchester City, I feel, will win because they are accustomed to playing without no fans already, so they already have an upper hand. As much as I want Arsenal to win because I want us to win the title at Goodison against Everton, I don't have no hope, man. Because I was just watching the Arsenal defense and I see prime David Luiz and Mustafi. I don't think they're gonna do anything, man. I feel it might be about 5 or 6-0 Manchester City.
Easy, relax. 5-0.
He's not lying.
Wait, back that Manchester United fan, and you're 4,000 points behind us. Stay in your level and talk to Arsenal and Southampton. That's your lane. You're a little mid-table club right now, so stay in your lane. Don't talk to the big boys. All right.
Wow, man, Sister Jamal, man, you're very vicious, man. All right, elite opinions. Man City, Arsenal, man.
Standard lubricant. I think this could be a circumcision and more. I see 6 at best. 6-0. I'm going for 6-0.
6-0.
6-0 on a bad day.
Wow. Okay. Sean. City, Arsenal. How do you see this going? City, Arsenal. Sean. All right. Yasir Saeed. City, Arsenal. How do you see this one going? Yasir Saeed. Going once, going twice. All right. Stodge. How do you see this going? Man City, Arsenal.
Yeah, I see Arsenal surprising a lot of people. I see them performing very well.
Thank you.
I think they're going to shock a lot of people when they return. So I'm going to go with Man City 5-0.
Do you know the?
No, I'm joking.
Disrespect us.
No, I was joking there. This is my.
I don't get it. Why do people have such disrespect for Arsenal? How? Why?
No. I was joking. I actually believe it's going to be 1-1 because although people say what is it? Arsenal obviously don't have a defense, but I still think David Luiz is better than John Stones or Otamendi. So, I mean, yeah. So I'm going to go with 1-1.
Okay. What's it called? Yes, Said, is your mic back, Said?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, so Said, City.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go for it.
Oh, so I don't know. I don't trust City. I feel like City, they're a footballing team. They're not like a team that's barely in terms of like fitness. They're not like they don't rely much on like physical fitness and stuff like that. They rely more on like pretty much being better in playing than other teams. So I feel like Arsenal might give them I can see Arsenal winning this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see Arsenal nicking this at 2-1 or something like that.
Oh, so you see Arsenal winning 2-1?
Yeah, I can see this. So I can see that. But yeah. But anyways, first thing first. Well, I think the Premier League was founded 1992. When was Liverpool's last title? 1992, right?
Look, man. Let's go
They were
easy with the Civil War, man.
Was it 1991? I'm sorry.
How many Champions Leagues have you got?
Bro, y'all talking
Okay,
about the medieval
we
times.
are your
Y'all want
fathers.
Champions League in the
Let's
medieval
We are your
times.
biological
Chill,
fathers.
bro.
Okay, wait,
The
wait,
medieval
guys.
times,
Easy.
bro.
Okay, Samuel.
Come on, chill.
Arsenal, Man City. Samuel.
Sorry, bro.
Arsenal,
Sorry.
Arsenal, Man City.
Oh, me. Oh, sorry. Basically, do you know what? Yeah, I think this is all down to fitness. Who's going to be the fitter team when they come back? Do you know what? I'm going to trust Arteta a little bit. It seems like he has tactical prowess. I feel like because he knows Man City in and out, he will know what to do with them. I'm going to go for an ambitious 3-2 to Arsenal. If not, then I think it might be a draw.
So you don't see City beating them?
No, I feel like City, they have literally nothing to play for at all, and like Arsenal really need to get like a European spot.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll be fair. I think that Arsenal can do it.
Yeah,
I hope you're just not saying that because you think we gonna win the title, bro. Arsenal ain't doing nothing.
Easy,
Jamal,
Jamal.
relax, easy, relax.
easy, man. Okay, Red Devil Studio, man. Arsenal, Man City. How are we gonna roll? How are we gonna roll?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, it's really difficult with first games because everyone is going to be so unfit. I mean, everyone's talking about Man City being, but I saw pictures of Kevin De Bruyne a few days ago, and like he looks out of shape. He looks quite overweight. If I'm perfectly honest, So he's got what up until the 17th to get rid of that and get to be match fit. So I'm not saying it's just him, but the point I'm trying to make is that like it is going to come down to fitness. And on top of that, as some people have already said, motivation as well. The fact of the matter is, City don't really have anything to play for. Like they know they're not going to win the title, really. So in their minds, psychologically, they're thinking, well, we've got the CL in August. Let's just not get embarrassed by any of the teams, and let's just conservatively, let's not get, let's not pick up any injuries, or what have you, and then get prepared for. That's where their mindset is. Arsenal's mindset is, we were knocked out by. Sorry about that. We were knocked out by Olympiacos. In the Europa League, we only have this chance to basically push on to top 4. We're not that far off the top 4 spots, to be fair. So if we beat Manchester City, we can start to build some momentum. So clearly Arsenal have the greater motivation. But again, it will just come down to which team is fitter. And I wouldn't be surprised if something like this ended like in a draw. Personally, I don't think that either teams will be, off the speed. So yeah, I'll go for a draw actually, I think here.
Wow. Okay. So now to the very interesting one. So guys, you try to get Uncle Mo out of there. You try to get Uncle Mo out of there. You try to, and I will remember to have all the names of all of you despicable losers who have tried to retire one of the greatest minds and the greatest figures of this game. Tottenham will be playing Man United on the Friday. So it's going to be a crazy week. So before we do that, let's just do like a little table. So United have 45 points. Tottenham have 41 points. So if Tottenham win, they would then go 42, 40, so to be 1 point behind Man United if they were to win. And that would put Tottenham right back into the frame, and they will then have to now see what Chelsea do in their game. So this is all to play for, and I think this is a huge game. And also, you have to keep in mind what Sheffield United do, of course, against Aston Villa. So this whole top 4 thing, that is really the relegation battle, and the top 4 thing is really the story of this Premier League thing. And for me, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, Tottenham and Man United, because if this was during during the season, United easily win this. 100%, they easily win this. But 5 subs post-COVID, we don't know how guys are going behind closed doors, no crowd.
Harry Kane and Son are back, but in what shape are they back in? How fit are the United guys back? This is a tough one, but something I am feeling a 2-2. I don't know why. Call me crazy, call me Shirley. Something tells me that this could be a 2-2, but this is a very different game than what would have been before that long. And there's just something that I think this might help Mourinho and the team because it's behind closed doors. Because if there's no crowd, I just think that it will actually play. It might play in their favor. It might do, but whatever the case may be, I think this is the game of the week. This will definitely be a much more fascinating game than the flipping Arsenal Man City game where Arsenal could get realized. So LB, Tottenham Man United, who you taking? How do you see this one going?
Look, I think this is going to be a very close game as well. Obviously, both quality teams, and I think the gap between the two teams is much smaller than the gap between Man City and Arsenal. And obviously, Tottenham are wanting to get as many wins together in order to get top 4 spot. As for United, they'll be also wanting to get into the top 4 as well. So I think both teams are going to be very sort of motivated, especially after the break. As for the home ground advantage, obviously there's going to be no home crowd advantage for Tottenham, which I think will suit United as well, even though it might suit Tottenham not having the pressure of having to perform in front of their fans. And I think both teams have a fully fit list, so a very clean bill of health. Tottenham having Son and Harry Kane back.
It's key. Huge. Those two coming back is huge.
Very big for Tottenham to have those two players back. But I think it will be a 1-1 draw, which won't be a bad result for either side if you factor into account that they could obviously lose the game as well. So I think a draw, and I think Man United won't be too happy with that result.
Okay. San Maya, how you viewing this Tottenham United?
So before the break, Tottenham had so many injuries. Now that the Premier League is coming back, those injured players like Kane, Son, they're gonna be back. And while Kane and Son are back, Man United will probably have Pogba and Rashford back. So I'll probably go with Man United victory, but I think it's gonna be a very low scoring game, probably like a 1-0 victory for Man United.
So do you think it'll be a case of United just playing better, or you think both of them will be good, but United will just edge them?
Yeah, Man United will edge them.
All right. Jamal.
Yeah, before COVID, Manchester United was gonna beat Tottenham very bad. It might be 3 or 4 because Tottenham was dropping like flies. But in this situation right now, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. I feel Man U gonna go up with 2 early goals from Rashford and Pogba, and then they're gonna think that they're gonna win the title next season. They're gonna think Jadon Sancho is going, and then bam, 75th minute, Harry Kane scores. Bam, 89 minute, a Bruno Fernandes own goal. So yeah, I think it's gonna be 2. I actually agree with you on something.
Wow. Okay. Oh God. Yasir Said. Why do you think United will lose this game?
I don't know. The more I think about this game, the more nervous I get. If United don't win this game, then I don't know what to say, because this is an easy win for United.
Easy.
Whoa! You make it like Tottenham.
They have Kane and Son back.
Whoa! Disrespectful. Make it Tottenham look like a brick team.
But let's be honest, guys. These guys went to Leipzig and got torched. Let's be honest, bro. These guys don't have defenders. They don't have a goalkeeper. Lloris is trash. Their backup is trash. The Sanchez is decent. Alderweireld is old. Come on. Vertonghen is old. Are you serious? You guys raised Sergio. They don't have defenders. If United can be focused and do not play those tactical games and stuff like that, the tactical all that stuff. If United is focused, we can easily win
I'm
this
getting
game.
a headache, man.
I mean, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. I mean, if we don't win, then I mean, what? I mean, if United don't beat Spurs, we don't deserve to be in Champions League. Europa League is our level. That's it.
So,
That's
so,
it.
Side, give me a scoreline then. Give me a scoreline.
I don't. 3-1.
Oh, this guy.
3-1.
Wow. Okay. Look,
I
look,
mean,
look.
I'm damaged with that one goal.
No, Side.
We'll concede one goal.
This people will remember the scoreline you said. So if Tottenham win 5-0, we'll remember this. I will clip the recording. I'll clip the recording.
I am coming
I
after you.
won't be back. You won't see me. You
Yeah.
won't see me.
Okay, what's it called? A little opinions, man. How's it going? How's the
We
one going?
need to start respecting Spurs a bit more. They've got a fit Kane come back, a fit Son. We need to start respecting Spurs a bit more. Before the break, I would have said a draw, but now I see Tottenham comfortably beating United. Comfortably beating United. I don't know if Pogba coming back has convinced United fans they're a top world class team now. They're not. They're on the same level as us and Arsenal. They need to peg themselves down a bit. They know their place. They're not there's some world class team that's gonna come to the stadium and slap us about. I see a comfortable win. I see a 2-0. I see a 2-0. No messing about. We're on our way to victory. Spurs are back.
Okay, so what gives you so much confidence in a 2-0 win, despite that the lockdown, all that kind of stuff, and players still not fully fit? What gives you confidence of 2-0?
With Kane back and Son back, I just think we're gonna be a different animal. Different animal. Listen, it's Son. We've got the best striker in the league and the best winger in the league. I'm sorry.
All right. I mean, Aguero and Mane and Salah do still exist, but okay. The Nigerian Prince, Spurs United. Give it to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean by you don't know? You do know. Give me a damn scoreline.
It's like the first game of the season. But I think I'm happy like Man United are coming back to play because before COVID, they were getting gassed. And since the break happened, the United fans they kept talking so much scrap on my timeline. And every time United fans talk scrap, they just get humbled. So now I'm just excited for them to get humbled when football comes back because United are not that good. But I don't know if they'll get humbled by Spurs because Spurs too are bad. They have Mourinho as manager, and Kane is washed. Dele Alli is probably the best player this season, but I don't know if he will turn up. Their defenders are trash. They don't have a goalkeeper, so I don't even know about Spurs. Spurs are really bad right now. So it will probably.
But remember, they will have Kane and Son back. Remember, Spurs without Kane and Son is retirement's home. But with Kane and Son, don't you think this is a huge advantage for Tottenham?
But Kane is washed. Like he's not as good at this. Is not 2017 Kane. This is 2020 Kane, and the guy's like he's washed. He's washed. Like how can you be 27 years old and you're already washed? This guy only had 2 years. Well, I think United will probably win like 1-0, 1-0 or 2-0. Because like I don't know, Spurs are just too bad right now.
Okay.
United, they'll have Pogba back, and they have the players to punish Spurs. So,
All right. Okay. What's it called? Samuel, give it to me. Tottenham United, man. How do you see this going?
Again, this is based on fitness. Who comes back fitter? But do you know what? Kane and Son coming back is a very big boost for Tottenham. I think they also had other injuries, so there will be other players that are coming back. But I'm looking at, as you call it, HH, Son rising in the east. Listen, he's a quality player. He's a quality player. He will cause Man United a lot of problems. Now I know Man United, they had a good run of form, but most of these affairs, I think there's like just one goal in it, or like it's like 2-1, or like like just one goal in it. So really and truly, how I'm thinking about it is that I feel like Spurs without the fans, I feel Spurs like they crumble under pressure with the fans. So without the fans might be an advantage for them as well. So I would say a good 2-1 to Spurs. I would say a good 2-1.
Wow. So you see Spurs winning this.
Yeah, I think they can win the game. Mourinho, I'm on my last legs with you. Please just beat Man United, please, please.
Okay. All right. So,
Oh man.
take us out, man. Will Chief Igalo say what's up, or will Prince Hurricane?
Let me.
That dude.
Okay, the first things I just got 3 points to me. The first thing I want to is that let me actually just read the lineups because United have played Spurs already. And I want to read the lineups of both teams that lined up at that time. Okay. Okay, so for Spurs, this is early in the season. They had Gazzaniga, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Sanchez, Aurier, Harry Winks, Sissoko, Son, Dele Alli, Lucas Moura, and Harry Kane. United's lineup: David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Ashley Young, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Lingard, Daniel James, and Rashford. Can you tell me who won that game? In the comments, guys, can you tell me who won that game?
But you know why? That exact lineup.
Where are you getting these receipts from?
Can you tell me who won that game, guys? And that was so a team without Pogba, without Martial, obviously the brick Ashley Young that's there, which is one of the reasons why Spurs scored in the first place. And Bruno Fernandes coming into that team with obviously Igalo providing a bit of support. And you guys are saying that Manchester United have no chance. Come on, guys. Come on.
No, Red Devil. What I'm trying to say is that because now your team is better, now you think you can play football. And that will play into Tottenham's hands. Do you understand? Because that last match when you beat them, yes, you had a worse team. However, it's like you guys were more humble.
Okay, but it
coming into that match.
There can't be two things. You can't, on the one hand, say that Manchester United do poorly against small teams. We lose against Burnley, against Norwich, etc. And then when we step up against big teams, which we have this season, we've beaten Chelsea 3 times this season. We've beaten City 3 times this season. We've beaten Spurs already. It can't be. We either struggle against small teams, which we do, and be big teams, i.e. Tottenham being Tottenham a big team. I don't know.
Okay, so Red Devil, are you saying that this game is going to be a breeze? Are you saying this is going to be a walkover?
No, I'm not saying it's going to be a walkover, but I'm saying that I would say that it's reasonable to conclude that based on what I've said, Manchester United are reasonable favourites. They have a stronger team, and of course, we all know about fitness, and that's why it's still difficult to say because we don't know the fitness of both teams. So if Manchester United are, for whatever reason, horrendously unfit, so then, yeah, by all means, and Spurs are super fit, then Spurs will win. But based on what I said, because a lot of people said, oh, Harry Kane's coming back. Oh, Son's coming back. Oh, it's going to be an absolute sort of massacre. Son and Harry Kane were playing in that game that they lost. And we didn't have Martial. We didn't have Pogba. We didn't have Bruno Fernandes. And we didn't have Igalo.
So, but Reddit, how many times have you beaten Arsenal?
No, I was talking big teams, but I mean, I was talking big teams. Rodney, I love you, man. I love you, Rodney. I do.
That's below the belt. That's below the belt. Okay, look, round off your point.
So my point is I do think Manchester United are going to win. I think it will be like a similar scoreline to Old Trafford. I think it will be 2-1 to Manchester United because I think Mourinho, as Mourinho does, he's going to set up to defend. He's not going to set up to go out and attack Manchester United. He's going to wait for us to come at them. And I think that with the quality that we have now, with Pogba and Bruno Fernandes coming into that team, I think we can get past this Spurs team. And I don't think Spurs' defense has been particularly good this season. I think Alderweireld and Vertonghen and Sanchez have really, really dropped the ball this season. I think United will win. Simple as that.
Can I get a scoreline?
Yes, so 2-1 to Manchester United.
Well, okay, guys, we shall see how that cookie crumbles. So what is interesting and an interesting story. So guys, just to say again, this is our final topic, but send questions and I will scroll down for the questions. So guys, start sending in your questions now for the panel. Please make them good questions. Brick questions will be ignored. Start sending in your questions and then we'll then take a few questions at the end after our final topic for the panel. So start sending in your questions. So
can I say something about the City Arsenal game?
What is it?
Can I say something about the City Arsenal game?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Well, I heard a lot of you people saying City don't have anything to play for. But I think Pep will be looking at the Champions League and he'll be telling the boys that, guys, this is your chance to get into a groove. Like they can't go into the Champions League in bad form. So I think since they haven't played football in 3 months, they would really want to come out and pepper Arsenal. But I think because there's no fitness, then maybe it will be a drab game. But I think City will win, though. I think City will win
And
because
what score are you going with?
probably like a 1-0. I'll probably say
Okay.
like 1-0 because it's going to be drab. It's going to be a boring game.
Okay. What was I going to say? And so guys, remember, start sending in your questions. And I will get to them after this final topic. I want to talk about De Bruyne. So I was reading something interesting. I was reading something real interesting, and what I was reading was that City have this CL ban, and apparently it is going to be upheld. And the rumor is that because this Champions League ban is going to be upheld with City not being in the CL next year, De Bruyne is at least considering leaving Man City. So this is a two-part question. First off is, do you believe if this ban is upheld, De Bruyne will leave? And if De Bruyne leaves, where do you think that he would go to, that he would flourish? So those are the two questions. If De Bruyne leaves, so do you think De Bruyne will leave if the ban is upheld and City are banned from the Champions League next season? And if he does leave, where do you think that he will end up in? Let's go first with LB.
I think it really depends on how much Kevin De Bruyne wants to play in the Champions League. De Bruyne hasn't won a Champions League before, and I think he's almost very desperate to win one.
He's very desperate.
Yeah, having never even reached a Champions League final before. So I think even if it's a one-season ban, I think there is every chance that he might leave City. I think he'd probably be destined to go to Real Madrid. I think with the connections that he has there with Hazard and Courtois, obviously fellow countrymen, they will sort of play a bit of a role in sort of persuading him to come down there. And just imagine, Real Madrid with De Bruyne, Hazard in the team. That's just a scary sort of prospect. But I think if there's any team that is most likely going to pick up De Bruyne, it would probably be Real Madrid. And I think there has been discussions about the possibility of De Bruyne going to Real Madrid in the past. And I think if this ban does go ahead, there's every chance.
So and if he was to go to Real Madrid, where would he then which position would you give him? Would you give him the number 10 position, or would you put him on the right wing?
I'd probably give him the right wing position, HH. That's not to say that he won't be playing at the number 10 position, but I think he'll start off with the right wing or in the right wing. See how things go. Obviously, it's going to be a new system, new players, so he's going to have to give himself some time to gel, just like Hazard has had to this season. So we can't really expect him to do extremely well from the word go. He's going to have to give himself some time, and we're going to have to give himself some time to get used to the team. But I think he'll be starting off in that position.
Okay. San Maya, De Bruyne. So what do you think will happen? Do you think he will leave if this ban is upheld? And if he does leave, where do you think he would end up in that would best suit him?
Okay. Assuming Man City are banned from UCL for 2 seasons, then Kevin De Bruyne is definitely leaving Man City. He's like turning 29, so he's essentially still in his prime. There's no way he should waste his talent and stay at Man City, which he's not gonna play in Champions League. He's already won a Premier League, so might as well go to. I think he should go to Real Madrid. He can reunite with Eden Hazard and Courtois, and I think he would fit in the Real's three midfield with Cruz and Casemiro.
Actually, let me ask you this then. If, let's say, De Bruyne, let me just create a scenario. De Bruyne said, no, I really want to join Bayern Munich. Would you then make space for him by taking out either Goretzka or Muller? Or would you be like, now, cool, our team is cool. We don't want to do De Bruyne.
Honestly, I don't really want De Bruyne because we have a player that actually fits our playstyle even better, and his name is Thomas Muller. He's having his arguably best season of his life, and I think he fits to Bayern's playstyle more. And one thing about Bayern is they play in a 4-2-3-1, and so if De Bruyne is coming to Bayern, and we already have Thomas Muller. Where is he going to play? He struggles in the double pivot. I mean, he struggles as a defensive midfielder, a CDM in the double pivot. He playing in the wing doesn't get the best out of him. So where is he going to play? And I think Thomas Muller, having one of his best season of his life, and him being a Bayern academy, I just think Muller fits to Bayern more than De Bruyne.
Okay. We got Jamal. De Bruyne.
De Bruyne wants that CL. He wants it. If he wants the CL, there's only 3 clubs you can go to. The first club is Milan, but you see the state they're in now. They're out of the picture, but they have 7 CL. Yeah, no, I say if you want to win the CL, it have 3 clubs you can go to alone, and that is teams who wins more than 5. But Milan right now is in a bad state, so they're out of the picture. The next club is I would love if he could come to us and join Liverpool, but it wouldn't happen because you see, we can't even pay 50 million for Werner. I don't think we have 180 million for De Bruyne. So the only club he will end up is Real Madrid. But the only thing I'll say about Real Madrid is I see Real Madrid as a very slow team. I'm not seeing plenty pace in Real Madrid. The only pace it have is Hazard, but he's fat now and he's on the decline. So I don't think.
Whoa, Jamal, respect a World Cup legend and a European Cup winner. Show some respect, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I feel the only club who could afford De Bruyne will be Real Madrid. And if you want to win a CL, come on, Real Madrid is your club. So yeah, if anything, I feel he might go Real Madrid.
Okay. Plastic fan. De Bruyne, do you think he will leave City if they have the Champions League banner upheld? And if he does leave, which club do you think he ends up at?
If the Champions League ban is upheld, yes, De Bruyne will leave Manchester City. Everyone is saying that he is likely to go to Real Madrid, but from a tactical point of view, he would fit perfectly in Bayern Munich. Imagine having a midfield of Thiago Alcantara, Kevin De Bruyne, Lewandowski, Leroy Sané, and Gnabry. He would fit perfectly to Bayern style.
So you think that would be a better fit than Real Madrid?
Yes, because Bayern are most lethal and dangerous on the counter-attack. And there's no other better player in the world in counter-attacks than Kevin De Bruyne. His vision, his ability to pick a pass is exceptional. Bayern Munich could set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. De Bruyne will play as a central attacking midfielder, threading those balls to the front three of Lewandowski, Gnabry, and Sané. If Sané moves to Bayern Munich, and if De Bruyne joins him, Bayern would be the most dangerous team in the world.
Wait, so even more
Yes,
dangerous than
basing.
Chelsea?
Yes, I would say that. Well, as Chelsea are right now, they could play a 4-2-3-1 formation, narrow. A narrow 4-2-3-1 formation. Hakim Ziyech could be the central attacking midfielder with Christian Pulisic and who's that guy? Callum Hudson-Odoi on the wings and Timo Werner on the middle. Or sometimes they could rotate and switch positions during the game so as to confuse the defense. Yes, I think Chelsea will be a good team next season, but if De Bruyne were to join Bayern Munich,
So you're telling me that a De Bruyne in Bayern Munich would be better than a De Bruyne, Hazard, Benzema front line?
remember that in Real Madrid, the squad is aging. Toni Kroos is 30. Hazard is approaching his 30s right now. Hazard won't be the same Hazard as he was 2 years ago. He is 30 years old. But I would say this in a Real Madrid style, yes, he would fit, but just looking from the tactical point of view, viewing the tactical analysis of each player and every detail, Bayern Munich would be the perfect fit for Kevin De Bruyne. Then Real Madrid. I have considered every factor possible, every factor. That's why I say that Bayern Munich would be the perfect fit for him. But I know that won't happen because De Bruyne is more likely to move to Real Madrid because he can join with his fellow Belgian players with Courtois and Kevin De Bruyne. I know that won't happen, but my dream would be Kevin De Bruyne to go to Bayern Munich and Leroy Sané joining him. They would form the most dangerous attack line in the world. They would tear up defenses in Europe. That's my dream. And the good thing about De Bruyne joining to Bayern Munich could switch to a 4-2-3-1 narrow, to a 4-2-3-1 diamond, to a 4-3-3 formation. They would switch to four formations during the same match. Like if looking at the tactical point of view, like you could like set up 6 different formations in one game if De Bruyne and Sané were to join Bayern Munich. You know why? Because this, imagine you know that Lewandowski he can play. He sometimes likes to drift wide on the left or on the right.
Yep.
Yes. Imagine this. Imagine let's say like in the first 20 minutes, Lewandowski plays as a number 9, and suddenly he shifts to the right. Sané shifts to the middle. Gnabry also shifts to the left. Imagine with a continuous changing of position and De Bruyne being the number 10 position, threading those through balls, picking those passes. I mean, Bayern would have a scenario where they would score over 3 Gs in every match.
Every
I
single
could see
match.
that, yes, in
No,
every single
plastic
match.
fan. Can you guarantee me every single match they're scoring more than 3 Gs in this formation that you're saying? Every single match?
Yes, if I was the manager, yes, and I wouldn't lose a single game.
This guy is the truth.
The plastic
I would
fan,
never lose.
basically plastic fan. Easy. Let me just say this, plastic fan. I am going to campaign for if De Bruyne leaves, I will make it my personal pilgrimage to make sure that you are the manager of Bayern Munich. Because if there is one thing I want to see in this life, I want to see this. Because I've never had a team sold so well and so convincingly as you just did. It's like literally, I am literally eager for you to be the manager of Bayern with De Bruyne because I am desperate to see this team in action.
So I'll make it my relax, chill. I'll make it my personal pilgrimage that you are the manager of Bayern Munich. Shout out to pick you're the manager of Bayern Munich if De Bruyne leaves Man City. That is my promise to you. Okay? My promise to you. Okay?
Yes.
So let me hit this whole thing. So Martin Luther says, this guy sounds like he can be a voiceover character for Aladdin. Martin, relax. I'll give you the CL on Pesma. Just relax. So what's it called? Oh god, Gatlock. Is this Hangout rated R? HH, you can laugh if you want. Gatlock, shush. Keep your mouth quiet. Shut the F up. Let's us go to the Nigerian prince, De Bruyne. If he leaves, if did you think he leaves Man City if the Champions League is held, and which club do you think he eventually ends up at?
I heard Man City are giving De Bruyne a new contract, so I don't know. I think he will leave. I think he might leave though, because he wants that Champions League, and if City are not playing in 2 years, he will be like 21 or something, 31 or something. Sorry, and by that time he will be desperate for his Champions League. So I think he might leave. But the thing is that I don't know which club he can go to that's guaranteed Champions League. That Real Madrid, they are not fit to win it anymore. They don't have Cristiano. Barcelona, those guys are jokes. I think it's only like Bayern, PSG, or Liverpool that I could realistically go to.
So which one? Name me one. Stop naming like 5 teams. Name me one team, man.
I think Bayern will be really good because it will be a very stacked team, and they will have a lot of superpower. But I think we'll be looking at Real Madrid though, because it's a big club, it's a big name, and blah blah blah. So maybe Real Madrid. But I'd like him to go to
And easy. If he was to go to Real Madrid, which position does he play? If he goes to Real Madrid,
he could play anywhere. The Bruyne is too good like that. He could play right wing. He could play in the middle. They should, if he comes, they should drop Modric because you should be making space for Modric when De Bruyne is on your team. Or maybe they should get another right winger so that I can play in the middle, and they can have space everywhere so that De Bruyne can just feed them 2 balls. And it should be good for their cross and Inshallah style because De Bruyne is a good crosser.
okay.
But the thing, since people
So
are saying
you're just saying that Real Madrid is where he. So you're saying Real Madrid then?
yeah, I'll say Real Madrid. But I think people say he will join Real Madrid for Courtois, but like the guy hates Courtois. Courtois stole his girlfriend. So.
Okay. What's it called? Championess, or whatever your name is. Championess, is your mic working?
Gucci flip flops.
Okay. That's right. There are those clowns here, man. So, what's it called? So, guys, look. If anybody wants to join the hangar, there is a space that's been open. A space is still open if you want to join the hangar. There's one space open if you want to join it. Where are we at? I think we are with Samuel. So, Samuel, do you believe that De Bruyne will leave if the ban is upheld? And if he does leave, where do you think he will end up? What do you think he should end up in?
I'll say this first. If De Bruyne doesn't leave not Chelsea, Man United, I'm getting my words mixed up. Sorry. If De Bruyne doesn't leave Man City and they have the 2-year ban, he's a bum. Because he's 28 right now. He's 28 right now. He's in his prime years. Why don't you want to go for the Champions League? But in fairness to him, I think he will leave. I think the team that will be well suited to him, I think one person mentioned it, but I think PSG will be good for him. Barring the fact, yes, you're in the Uber Eats League. However, he will just come in there to do the Champions League work. And I think him, Mbappe, Neymar, Icardi, that will be something special. With Verratti and Marquinhos behind him, that would be very, very special. Yeah, people are saying Bayern Munich, but I feel like the way PSG play is a better fit for De Bruyne. So yeah, I'll say PSG.
PSG?
Yeah.
So if he was at PSG, where do you play him?
Obviously, I'll say like a 4-3-3 behind the striker with Neymar and Mbappe on the wings. So yeah.
Okay. So Red Devil Studio man, De Bruyne, speak on it.
So just for clarity, where is it we getting is that City's ban is being upheld? Like, what's the sort of?
No,
Is it just
so listen,
speculation or-
I mean, from where I've read, it does seem as if at the very least for 1 year they're going
Okay.
to appeal. I think they're going to appeal this month, but
Okay.
at the moment the minimum is, which is what everyone thought, that they were going to
Yeah.
be banned at least the 1 year, not the 2 years, but for 1 year.
Yeah.
The ban is held pending this for them to appeal, pending an appeal.
Yeah, because I guess thing of 1 year, I think is a bit, especially I think with this whole COVID situation. 2 years, I can understand. 1 year, with the whole COVID situation, whether or not he would leave or not, with the state of finances around the club, with Europe, with being able to afford certain players, etc. So I'm not 100% sure whether, even if he wanted to leave, whether he sort of could leave, because I don't know whether that, like, which team really could go out and afford to get Kevin De Bruyne right now. Manchester City don't have to sell him, so someone has to come and buy him, and they're not going to sell him, I would imagine, for anything less than 60 million pounds or anything like that. AJ, I've seen their ban. I'm just saying that in the situation that we are in, we also got to think that obviously every team around Europe has lost a lot of money, and certain teams have more money than others. So the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona, have other targets on top of thinking about Kevin De Bruyne. So the idea of them spending anything between 60 to 80 million pounds on Kevin De Bruyne on top of what they already have, I'm not 100% sure. But assuming that something does sort of happen, it would be interesting. I mean, I think that if he clearly wants to win the Champions League, and I think likelihood-wise, and I think that would be a bit more convenient for him, it would make sense for him to go to a club like Liverpool, for example. I think, so just because I think that he's been obviously at the club for quite some time, it's in the same sort of country. There've been players that have obviously gone from Liverpool to City and City to Liverpool beforehand as well. He'll be familiar, obviously, with how they play with some of the players as well. Obviously playing in the Bundesliga as well, he would have known about Klopp, etc. So, and I think if you have a Kevin De Bruyne in a Liverpool team, that is dangerous. That is
Sex on the pitch. Sex on the pitch.
Jamal, shush. Jamal, just relax. Okay, relax. 2012 champion. 2012 champion. You don't win any Premier League yet, so shush.
If De Bruyne goes to Liverpool, that's what you're thinking, right? Okay, so the treble unbeaten run is in threat if that happens. Real Madrid, yeah, I guess it could work. He's
hooking up with his Belgian amigo.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole counter-attacking thing.
The jury's still out on Eden Hazard, though, isn't it? So he's obviously got the talent. We know this, but will we actually? How would it work? We don't know. Is the point I'm trying to make? So I just think that if it is going to happen, I think it makes more sense for Kevin De Bruyne to sort of stay where he is, just given the situation that we have with COVID and various things. But if we're looking at the chances of a particular team winning a Champions League, it's got to be Liverpool. So even though they get knocked out by Atletico, they still have a team that is more of a Champions League winning team than like a Real Madrid, for example. So even though Real Madrid are where they are, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, and I think, is it Chelsea lover? Do you have your mic working? Chelsea lover, do you have your mic working? Okay.
How do you keep on happening?
Ibro official, do you have your mic working?
Yep. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you. At last. So De Bruyne, if the Champions League ban is upheld, do you see him leaving Man City? And if he leaves Man City, which club do you think you see him joining?
Oh, for me,
Hmm.
De Bruyne, he's a really good player in my opinion. I don't know whether he will stay at Man City though, because Champions League, his age right now, he obviously wants to play in the highest competition. He wouldn't settle for anything less. Predictions, I don't know. Juve would be an exciting prospect where he would be better suited to take over the place that Dybala's playing. So I don't know. I see a front three of Dybala, Cristiano, and De Bruyne.
That's interesting. So you're saying that they play with a false nine, or you say Cristiano as a striker?
I would have De Bruyne as a pivot, in which Ronaldo would be the target man, and Dybala would obviously be just behind Ronaldo, if you get what I mean.
Okay. So if he was to join it, do you think that would now be the piece that would lead them to a Champions League? So do you think he would be successful at Juventus?
I reckon he would be successful at Juventus. That would be the final piece of the jigsaw that would allow them to move forward, because he's a very versatile player. He could play in multiple positions in the midfield, and Juve have a lot of players in which they're suited to specific positions, because Pjanic only operates he's more defensive. He's like a Pirlo type of player. He only sprays balls across the pitch. Matuidi, he is, in my opinion, I don't really like Matuidi, because his decision making is not to the level that I would expect from a player of Juventus. And De Bruyne can play. He can go further back to the Pjanic role. He could play further forward in the Dybala role. And the defense is really strong. The missing piece for Juventus, in which the 17-18 season, they had a really strong defense of Chiellini, and if you remember the Tottenham game in that year, where Chiellini was blocking every shot that was heading towards the Juve goal, the defense was really strong, but they were missing the attack. They only had Dybala over there. They had a strong defense. Dybala only up top. Higuain, as you said before, Higuain is not a striker.
He's overweight.
He's overweight.
So you still vouch for De Bruyne at Juventus?
That would be ideal for him, but I don't reckon that the Italian league is an exciting prospect at the moment.
Okay. Now we'll take some questions from the crowd and then we'll get out of here. Top 5 passes you have seen. So I will kick this off and I will kick it to the amigos here. Let's just do a quick switcheroonie. So let's just meet these guys. Let's just meet these guys, shall we? So
wait, hey, Jake, can I just ask you one quick thing before we get into this? Just based on the previous topic, but just
go for it.
Obviously, if City get banned, and this is based on the activity that happened probably from 2013, effectively meant the cheating. Do you think that Manchester City should actually be stripped of their titles?
Yes.
I have to look
Of course.
Yeah, I've got to look at specifically what they have done, and is what they did.
Fraud,
I mean, what they did, the crime that they committed, doesn't have any involvement within the Premier League. If it does, then that is a good strong case, because that is what happened to Juventus. Juventus was like, no, this things crossed into your activities within the Serie A, so they took away those Serie A titles. So I have to look specifically at what they're saying. But if what they're saying is your acquisition of players and how you acquired these players, and if these players had a direct influence on those Premier League titles, that's a good case. I mean, that is a very strong case, because then again, see, if anybody wants to pursue that, then you can be like, hey, look, because I think what happened with Juve was, I think
I think it was. I think I don't know whether they made it null and void or they awarded it to Milan or Inter, the team who came second.
No, it was voided. It was voided. It was empty.
Voided. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
voided. So so it could be a case of where, and I mean, because if you now void those, my God, that changes things. you know, that
That's
really
basically the history.
Yeah, I mean, no, look, it's. But you know what I always say, and I think again, I don't know the details of it, but from the little that I know is how I get my money is how I get my money. Now, this isn't American sports where it's about a cap space and so forth, and everything is regulated, bro. You've run this like the Wild West. And even when you came with the whole FFP, we weren't even given proper directions as to how we would operate. So everything was very flimsy and up and down. So I can understand how City will be pissed because they can say, like, wait a minute, are you treating us the same as everyone else? Really? It's like, are you truthfully treating us the same as everyone else? And people say, well, I don't think you are. So they could be hard dormant because it's like, how I get my money is how I get my money. Because how this runs is that, do you have the money? If you have the money, pay. But like, well, you didn't get the money. So I think because I'll be real with you, are you telling me that Barcelona and Real Madrid are doing everything by the book properly? Really? PSG as well? Really? I think it's a case of we just want to just make an example out of someone. So, all right. Top 5 passes you have seen. All right, I'll kick this off. For me, Pirlo, Riquelme, Zidane, Messi, and probably then I'd probably say Beckham. I'd probably say Beckham. I mean, some of the passes that Beckham has executed have been amazing. So those are my 5. I would probably say maybe Dini, but those are my 5. But really, like the top passer for me, like then you think about Iniesta as well. But I'm going to say Beckham instead. So those are my 5. So LB, your top 5 passes you have seen.
Top 5 passes in order would be number 1. I'd have Xavi at number 1.
100%.
I'd have Iniesta number 2. I'd have Wesley Sneijder at number 3. I would have Messi at 4 and Pirlo at 5.
Okay. What's it called? Sadmaya, top 5 passes you have seen.
Xavi, Iniesta, Pirlo, Messi, Zidane.
Okay, so that's a strong lineup. Jamal.
Guys, the disrespect to Cesc Fabregas is unreal.
Oh, yeah, true.
He's a good one. He's a good one, I admit.
Yeah. I'll say Fabregas, Xavi, Pirlo, maybe Ozil, and Zidane.
Ozil?
I mean, Ozil at his peak was something else. He was.
Okay, fine. Just that
before you go, as you know, I'm from Trinidad. Would you say Dwight York is the best player from the Caribbean to come to England or anywhere else? Would you say he's the best player from the Caribbean, Dwight York?
Yeah, potentially. What's it called? This guy was Said, man. Give me your top 5.
Number 1, Xavi. I feel like he's a creator of passing. That he created how to pass the ball. I mean, he's, I don't know, on another level. Xavi number 1, 2 Iniesta, and 3 I would say Messi. Messi is number 3. 4 is Pirlo. 5 Zidane.
Okay. What's it called? Plastic Fan.
Yes. My top 5 passers. This is what my eyes have seen. The art of passing. The art of executing a pass in tough moments. Here, my top 5. Number 1 is Andrea Pirlo. absolute
Thank you,
artist,
thank you, thank you.
magician,
Speak on it.
registrar, phenomenal, el incredible, Andrea Pirlo. Number 2 is Dennis Bergkamp, the Iceman. Number 3, this is going to be tough. Michael Laudrup, when he was playing for FC Barcelona, some of the passes that he strung was absolute magic. It was beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. My number 4 is Zinedine Zidane. Down within number 4. And in my number 5, I would like to put Cesc Fabregas.
So, but let me ask you this, just for the people, man, because I think a lot of people are sort of quite fascinated by your football knowledge. Why would you put Pirlo as the greatest passer of all? Because I believe he's the greatest passer of all time. Why would you put Pirlo as the greatest passer of all time?
Andrea Pirlo, for me, is the best passer I have ever seen, because I have never seen Pirlo panic when he received the ball. He always knows what he wants to do with the ball. Has Pirlo ever lost possession? I don't remember Pirlo losing possession. Like Pirlo, 6 or 7 guys could press him, but he would never panic. He was always composed and so cool under pressure. He was always chill. He never panics. I remember in a game against England, it was in a friendly in 2007. I remember it was Steven Gerrard and it was Jamie Carragher. There were 4 English players pressing Pirlo. What Pirlo did to Carragher, that was magic. That was beautiful. The way he just skips past 3 English players and the way he just executed that throw ball to Luca Toni, that was magic. That was exquisite. And I also remember Pirlo in his AC Milan days. That was like peak Pirlo. I remember when I used to watch Serie A back in the day, it was very, very, very entertaining. I remember Pirlo, like in 4 seasons straight, he had the pass conversion rate was higher than anyone in Europe. I remember it was in 2000 from 2003 to 2007 for 4 seasons straight. His pass conversion rate was exceptional. Nobody else could match him. Nobody else. So, like for me, Pirlo, as many people like to call him, the registrar, the one who controls the tempo of the game, he was the best passer I've ever seen, because he never rushed, never panicked.
Never, man.
Was
Never.
always
Speak on it.
composed.
Speak on it.
He was always composed. And I also remember that Panenka penalty he did to Joe Hart in 2012.
But let me ask you this. So a lot of people say that Xavi is better than Pirlo. So why would you put Pirlo over a Xavi?
Remember, when we talk about passing, we're talking about the art of passing. So we're solely based on passing. Passing, only passing. Well, if I speak on passing, just by passing sake, for me, Pirlo is better than Xavi all day long. All day long. You could wake Pirlo at midnight with his eyes closed, and he could still not lose possession. He could still pick a pass. That's how exceptional Andrea Pirlo is. This doesn't mean that Xavi is bad. No, Xavi is
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't.
Xavi is good.
It doesn't.
Xavi is good. Xavi is a very good passer of the ball, but I don't think that he was on the same level as Andrea Pirlo when it comes to the art of passing, the art of executing a pass, the art of never losing possession, no matter under what circumstances.
All right. Okay. Nigerian Prince, name me your top 5 passers, bro.
This is not ranked, but I'll just say 5 names. Xavi.
No. Put it in order. Put it in order from 1 to 5.
top. Okay, so one would be Messi. Two would be Xavi. Three Pirlo. Four De Bruyne.
What?
De Bruyne has the same passes. Five would be Beckham.
Give me your give me your number five, man.
Beckham. Five is Beckham. So Messi, Xavi, Pirlo, De Bruyne, Beckham.
So you're putting Javi ahead of Riquelme. So you're putting De Bruyne ahead of Riquelme.
I mean, like Riquelme was more of like a, tricky, skillful number 10. But like, yeah, I'll put De Bruyne out there. De Bruyne has the same passes, man. De Bruyne has the same passes.
Look, man, go to YouTube, man. Go to YouTube.
But look at De Bruyne's passes.
Look, man, you've talked, Jerry. Look, move. Look, Ibra, come on, so give me your top five passes you have seen.
My top five would be Pirlo, then it would be Zidane. After that, it would be Xavi. Then it would be, what's it good again? Bergkamp and Pogba. And the reason is that
Wait. Like, Ibra, look, I am the biggest Pogba fan. I'm the biggest Pogba fan, and I know Red Devil is as much as the Pogba fan as I am. But Ibra, these are the top five passers you have ever seen. Ever seen. Remember, I'm a huge Pogba fan. Black, I support my black brothers and everything. So it's very much a very racially biased thing to have with Pogba. I know I get it, relaxed, chill. But my thing though is that this is the top five passers you have ever seen. Please explain to me how Pogba is in your top five passers you have ever seen, please.
the reason is that passing is not necessarily all about percentages and how much percentage you've got successful. It's also about the variation, and Pogba has used many variations of passes outside the foot, in step, slice, half volley passes, and all of that. And that's the reason why he enters my list. If it wasn't Pogba, then it would be Schweinsteiger.
So tell me your five again.
Pirlo, Zidane, what's it called again? Xavi, Bergkamp, Pogba, or Schweinsteiger.
So no Riquelme, no Scholes, no Jabi Alonso.
Riquelme has only played in the La Liga for 4 seasons or 4 years. He hasn't played that long. He's not necessarily.
Look at him in 06 World Cup, man. He was in 06 World Cup, bro.
He was in there, and in my opinion, really good player. But obviously, my parameter of what sort of player cuts it is whether you have also stayed in the top league for a number of seasons as well.
Okay. Samuel, name me your top five passes you have ever seen.
I would say first it will be Xavi, and then I'll change that. Pirlo, then Xavi, and then I'll say Guti. Especially for Real Madrid.
Okay.
Boy, all I say to you in the comments, look at Guti's highlights on YouTube. You will be amazed. You will be amazed.
Well, Sergio is obviously a fan of that. You said that's interesting. Guti.
Yes, Guti is boy. The assist that he made over his time in Real Madrid, it was amazing. Next I will probably put Zidane. I liked a lot of his risky passes that he will make, and then I'll say Xavi Alonso for me.
So no Riquelme, no Scholes.
It's my obviously it's my top five passes that I've seen in it. I don't think I've really seen enough of Riquelme. I grew up watching the Xavi Alonso. I grew up watching Guti. I grew up watching Pirlo. So I'll just put that in my category.
Okay. Red Devil Studio.
Hey man,
Pass you've ever seen.
I mean, to be honest, like after listening to Plastic Fan, I pretty much just agree with Plastic Fan's list. So it just says it so convincingly that I'm like, yeah, you're right, you've convinced me. So I basically agree with Plastic Fan's list, basically. So like, there's nothing much more to add from my point of view.
Okay. So you would agree that Pirlo is the best passer of all time?
Like I would. I mean, I hired Pirlo anyway, but I think I was kind of maybe he was like a second or third, but Plastic Fan made an incredibly good argument, and sometimes
no, his arguments was like there's nothing I could have said that could have even added to it. But what I always say about the PLO thing is nobody can show me a better pass than his pass to Grosso in that World Cup semi, based on what was happening in the match, the dynamics of the match. It was extra time, second half. It was a World Cup semi. And what the pass was and how good the pass was, that for me is the greatest pass of all time. So that was that was just the greatest pass of all time. So I love Xavi and anything. People need to give PLO some respect. People just need to give PLO some respect because PLO was. Because remember, PLO was a guy that he did it for Italy, he did it for AC Milan, he did it for Juventus, he even did it for Empoli as well. So. But what I will say though is Fabregas is a good shout because I don't know whether you guys have seen this. I'll probably do like a reaction video on this. There is Henri does a lengthy interview with Fabregas, and they did it for like this whole Instagram thing, and it was a really good interview. Fabregas was a very good passer. Fabregas was a very good passer. Like. I remember even when his first stint at Arsenal, when he then went to Barcelona, and that season where Chelsea won, yes, Costa went crazy. I think Fabregas came close to breaking the assist record that season.
No, Fabregas was on drugs that season.
Bro, it was like boom, boom, boom. But what I'll say though is, in terms of long range, people need to talk about Xabi Alonso. In terms of from 40 yards, I'm going to drive this thing 40 yards to you. And the thing, people need to talk about Xabi Alonso. Like that guy, the power and accuracy he had in his foot was crazy. It was crazy, which is why I always say that. Is even what's made my brother says that Gerrard, quality player, Gerrard. Gerrard next to Xabi Alonso was different with Gerrard next to Frank Lampard for England. So Xabi Alonso was a big reason as to why Gerrard was able to be more effective in a game. So I mean, like Samuel, am I on drugs saying that? That's people.
No. I feel like Xabi Alonso allowed Gerrard to be free in the midfield, so he can go up and down. I remember we have this whole debate of when we lost Xabi Alonso, we lost our deep playing playmaker. He was the definition of a deep lying playmaker, like literally, and we couldn't replace him. And like, his long range passes were so pinpoint. Like, there's nothing you could have done to stop it, to be honest. So yeah, you're right in saying that.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing, man. So guys, look, man, it's been swell. It's been good. Remember, guys, to like the vid. If you're new, subscribe. So Sunday, we obviously have our regular hangouts, which is from 11 p.m. And so next week, I'm just trying to think of it right now. I believe La Liga starts next week. So next week's show is going to be a review of the Barcelona game. So next week's show is we're going to do the show. So the time will be crazy, but we'll do the show pretty much immediately after the Barcelona game ends. Then of course the Sunday show will be thinking, and obviously the Saturday show will be a La Liga review, reviewing the Barcelona game, and also it will be a hardcore preview of the Premier League games as that thing nears into. So guys, peace out, stay true, stay safe, stay real, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Sunday hangout. Peace out.
Take care.
Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.